welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Jayme.
And this is Beth.
And we are two oldish, youngish ladies sitting in Beth's new freaking house.
It is very exciting.
It is so exciting. I have the most huge smile on my face. I'm just like grinning, surrounded by like
chaos.
It's so chaotic. Because
yeah,
moving is so
it's
intense.
So
it's
much.
So huge. You have to figure out where everything goes. I mean, it's a completely new space.
It's a completely new space. And so rolling it back, like I was so thankful because I moved in literally 1 week ago as of this recording.
I'm shaking my head.
Like at this time last week, I was exhausted. I had been going up and down the
third floor stairs.
I had done the stairs that day like 30 or 40 times. I don't even know.
So many
I looked
times.
at my steps that day and I did like over 20,000 steps.
Most of them uphill, at least half of them.
Yes, it was crazy.
Like literal steps.
Yes. But the first day I got my keys, it was awesome because like some of my closest friends came by and we all just kind of celebrated and walked through the space while it was empty. And it was so great. Like I loved doing that with you and a couple other people.
Yes.
It was so fun. And now it's like, it has been just a whirlwind to try and get into this space.
Well, the thing is you don't get to recover. You just have continued work in front of you constantly. And I was like, so I moved on a Thursday. And so that day was just getting everything in and I just like the essential setup, like bed, toilet paper in the bathrooms, that kind of stuff. And then the next day I took the day off work. Well, first of all, I thought I was going to like, I'll just work half a day from home and then I'll just like take the rest of the day off. And I literally was like, I opened my computer at like 6 something in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't even have a desk. I didn't have any of my computers set up. I just am on a laptop on my like couch. I was like, this is not going to work. And I still had to move out of the apartment. Like I wasn't finished, which that was a whole nightmare because originally when I had asked them, because I lived in that same apartment complex years ago. And I'd asked them, hey, it used to be you did a deal where you paid like $250 and you basically just turned in the keys, took out your stuff, and you guys did the final clean so that you didn't have to waste your time cleaning for them to be like, oh no, you need to clean more. Right.
And they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. And the manager's like, yeah, I'm not that strict and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I've been here for like years. I'm going to do my best. And so on Friday, I ended up going over there and I was there for 5 hours.
It's exhausting.
Like moving stuff out. I had to move all of like my my refrigerator stuff out, which was fine. But I was there for so long, fixing little holes in the wall where I'd put up, art, like just cleaning. I had to like take out the shower head that I put in and I had to remove the bidet I put in because I'm a fancy girl who needs a clean bottom. And it was like so exhausting that I got to the point, it's like, I have to be done. I do not want to be here anymore. I want to be at my own house doing this.
Right.
And so the leasing agent person comes up and she's looking at everything. She's like, this looks so good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. She's like, this looks better than a lot of places. I'm like, yeah, I was actually a great tenant. And then she's like, so there's probably going to still be a small cleaning fee because it really does need to be ready for the next person. I was like, excuse you. Excuse you. She's like, well, we'll probably take it out of your like deposit. I'm like, I don't even think I paid a deposit. Like I paid some kind of fee.
Kidding me? Even more money. Okay.
I was literally like, listen, I just gave you guys 2 months rent. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to like rent it out. And so you got free money basically. And then also like, anyway, I was just so frustrated. I was like, all right, if there's going to be a fee, I'll just talk to your manager. I pulled a total card. I was just like, I'll be speaking to the manager if anybody tries to charge me, which I think they are, but I had something on my books. I don't even know. I literally, it was the best feeling to turn over my keys, turn over my fob and just be done. And I drove off into the sunset.
Yeah, you did.
To the new house. And so that felt great, but I was exhausted. And then I had to come home and start doing more stuff. And then on that Saturday, I was like, you have to get your kitchen ready. But I also wanted to go have fun and buy stuff. So I went and bought like your girl. First of all, normally, you know me. I come home, I stay home. I have been coming home and leaving multiple times.
Your brain is probably going 100 miles an hour.
Crazy. Because the first thing I really wanted was like a smart thermostat. And I'm watching all these videos. And like, I can totally do this. So I went to the Home Depot that Friday and I bought one.
Immediately.
And I'm making friends with like the Home Depot guys. Like, hey man. And then I'm like trying to buy like winterization stuff. They're like, no, not that one, this one. And we're talking like electricity. I don't even know.
You're a homeowner now.
I am. Home Depot is my new...
It's your second home.
It is my second home. It's my club. It is where I go on the weekends to party.
It's your club.
I'm like obsessed right now with like all kinds of things. Like I have so much to tell you. It's just going to be.
Tell me.
And
I want to hear all of it.
Homeowner is my new personality.
Please don't apologize for this.
It is my new personality,
Jayme.
It is
as it should be.
It's crazy.
it's life-changing.
Life-changing.
Your entire environment
is different.
And you get to do whatever you want.
Finally.
In your space.
Yes. Well, and the funny thing about buying a house is, you get the inspection and they're supposed to fix some things maybe. And then you move into the house and all of a sudden you're seeing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And this has so many landlord specials. It's not even funny because I ended up buying a house that was used as a long-term rental and an Airbnb. And it was the only house in this really adorable neighborhood that was like that. So I think my house was a little bit the blight of the neighborhood because like people weren't keeping it up and there was some issues with the previous owner as I met like my neighbors and things. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to be an extra good neighbor because I don't want to.
You already are though.
I'm trying, but it's just like you want to make sure like you're not the house that everybody's like, I hate that house. They bring down the property value, that person.
You won't be.
But I keep finding things like I love the fact that like they repainted a lot of different walls with a lot of different paint. It's all white, but some of it's matte, some of it's semi-gloss, some of it's gloss. I'm just like, great.
You could just cover it all up with a primer, can't you?
Yeah,
and then just whatever's
fine,
next.
Yeah, but like all the tons of the holes that have been made, instead of like when I spackle, I take a little bit on my finger, I put it into the hole, and you can kind of make it where you don't even see it. Nope, takes a giant trowel and just like slops it on. So there's like all these patches in the house that were clearly just a couple holes that I'm now going to have to probably like scrape down because they didn't even paint over it and like redo and like
or just put something over it.
I'll show you some of it. You're gonna be like, Beth, there's like drips on the wall of like paint that like they spray painted the house and so and like
too thick
and then it dripped and instead of like rollering they just left it so it's like these giant like paint drips
and
everywhere.
Again, as the homeowner, you're the one that's going to notice that crap. I'm just
Absolutely.
like, it's beautiful, I love it, look at all this.
But it's like I'm getting ready to like so a couple things. Number one, I'm not happy with the process I'm in right now. I'm trying to enjoy everything, but I just spent like a month packing and I'm unpacking and I want to do the fun stuff. Like I want to be painting and putting up trim and I'm like, okay, we get to do all those things, but you have to
pace yourself.
I have to pace myself.
And it's going to take a very long time.
It is, but also it's like you also have to unpack. Like you can't just not unpack your kitchen and be like, I'll just paint the bedroom. Ma'am, you got to cook. You got to, do some things. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Not to mention, you can't just take like 3 months off work to do it.
Oh, yeah. And my brain is like, I mean, even my last place, anytime I've moved, I've made it a home very quickly. And so it's very hard for me not to just like do all the things. So I'm trying to pace myself. I'm also finding lots of interesting things. Like I was very excited to not have an apartment fridge. I have this French door. It has 4 doors, like this fridge. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. It happens to be a Samsung fridge, which are notorious for breaking down and having issues. I'm finding out like the ice maker doesn't work. And like there's all these things I can maybe do to fix it, but maybe not. And to like repair it, it's like $800. And then like,
so you might need a new
fridge? I might need a new fridge.
Could that be your garage fridge?
I think it might be able to be my garage fridge. I'm not sure, but it's massive and it's a little bit too big for the space. Like I really want a counter depth and it's a standard fridge. And like I'm learning all of these things.
Yeah. It could be an amazing garage fridge.
It could be an amazing.
I mean, just saying.
Absolutely.
That's part of the dream.
It is part of the dream. And it would be an easy garage fridge. It's just so fun. Like I went to the Lowe's last Saturday and I was like talking to the refrigerator guy and he's like trying to wheel and deal me. And then we were talking about fridge sizes and we did an experiment with a counter depth versus standard, which was really smart because he's like, put your arm in. And on the counter depth, I can reach in, I can touch everything. I can reach all the shelves, super simple. On standard, which is what I have, I actually can't reach the back easily, especially when you get to like the top of it. Like I can't reach the back corner. So
you don't want to be hauling out a stool every time you need to get something from the back of your fridge.
Yeah. I mean, I can technically reach it on my very, very tippy toes if I'm stretching, but that's not ideal for like.
So yeah.
So I'm very excited because I think I've narrowed it down to the GE profile and it's a very expensive fridge, but I'm like, YOLO, treat myself. I just bought myself a house and now I'm going to buy myself a fridge. I think that's very exciting. Like
it is for sure.
Yeah. You know how sometimes people will like stack dates? So they have like coffee and then they might have a lunch date and then they switch to a dinner date with all different guys. That is what I essentially did with all of my like people. I had my security guy here, I had my HVAC guy here, and I had my tree guy here because the first night I was here, we had some crazy storms. Like it was rainy here.
Yeah, and
it was really windy and it's like not fully typical of this time of year. And anyway, I have a tree that's right on my back side of my house, right by my bedroom. And it was like the Whomping Willow from Harry Potter. It was hitting the house so hard that I thought the roof was like tiles and whatever were getting torn off. And like me and the cats were all just like, could not sleep. Like it was so loud, could not fall asleep. So I was like, immediately I have to call someone. And it was 3 days of that. So my first 3 nights here it was so hard to sleep because of the wind and the tree. So anyway,
did they take it out?
Well, the tree guy came out and gave me an estimate, and we're talking about all kinds of things. And I'm just like, what am I doing? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And they're all here. And anyway, but I'm getting all the like things fixed that need to get fixed right away. And this weekend I'm very excited because like Saturday morning is when I usually sit down and budget and pay bills and all the things. And I mean, I slightly panic last week right before moving and be like, I'm not going to have enough money. And I literally canceled all my gym memberships, my massage membership. Like I was just canceling streaming, like all kinds of stuff just got canceled because I was like, I can't do it. So I've calmed down slightly, not 100%, but I'm definitely like looking forward to this weekend of like making a budget and like, okay, I have a set amount of money for upgrades to the house before I'm just kind of done and then have to do it, like save up a little bit. And so I'm just like, okay, we're just doing all the things.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very exciting. And I feel very homeowner. Like I'm very concerned about leaks now and water damage, I'm very concerned about like, I walk outside now and I'm just looking at a weed and I pick it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm that lady now. Yeah. It's so funny.
You have a whole another level of responsibility.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, and you can't do it all at once, but you see all the things that you want to do. Yes. And so it makes it very like, oh shoot. So I have to say the cats adjusted fairly well. I brought them.
How's Fratelli doing?
Okay. It was not a great transition. So I brought the cats over early the morning that I moved and I set up a little room for them. They were actually in our podcast studio and I brought all their toys and their rugs and everything that smelled like them and just like was theirs. I brought them in and literally like Fratelli found the one corner of the room to like hide in and then Bubba hid in the closet, which was not typical. So I came and checked on them a little bit later and like they were in the exact same spaces. And so like they did not go to the bathroom all day. They did not eat. They did not drink. It was a mess. And so finally like the movers were gone. My mom had come over. She was gone. I was like, okay guys. And I opened the door and Bubba went out and started exploring. And then Fratelli just sat in the fetal position, which she had been in all day for another like 10 minutes. And finally I was like, I'm not waiting on your timing. So I picked her up and I like baby Simba'd her around the house. And I was like, this is all yours. Everything you see, everything the sun touches is what you own. And so she actually like got acclimated pretty quick. And then they were running around with the zoomies and they've really had fun exploring. And the coolest thing is like a couple days ago, I was looking out like the back patio door and there was a cat out there. And it was like a neighborhood cat, which I'd never had neighborhood cats because I lived in apartments and, you just didn't see them. And it was this neighborhood cat that was like coming through and I'm like, Bubba, get over here, Bubba. Like, I need you to see if there's a cat out here. I need you to see how you're going to interact because they've been third floor cats. So they only see birds. They don't see squirrels. They don't see anything like that.
What is going to okay. I have questions. Like, how are you going to keep your cats in the house? Like, how are you going to, what if they get outside?
They're not going to because I have doors. They're locked in just like they were in the apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got a security system. Like, don't even come at my house. It is serious over here. But it's like all the doors have chimes on them. I have a system of like when I work in the garage, I always keep like the laundry door closed because it gives a second door.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus
That's smart.
My cats are skittish. Like the number of people that have been in the house in the last few days and like one guy was like in and out for a minute and finally I opened the door to let Bubba out of the bedroom just to, cause they, I'm like, oh, you're looking like you want to come out. He comes out. He's like, oh, okay, this is fine. And he sees this man in my house. He's like, absolutely not.
He go back?
And he like freaked out and ran away. And then he was under the bed. So I was like, yeah, I think we're okay for like them not getting out. For now, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm again so happy for you. And do you have I know you had your list of like what you wanted to do before and then what, has that shifted now that you're in your house as far as your priorities?
A little bit has shifted just because of money, but not fully. Like really my priority is like a new front door and like new faucets in the bathrooms. Like my first list wasn't that like crazy. It was very like simple stuff of like making sure the roof had been repaired and HVAC had been repaired and taking care of like the pruning of the trees and stuff like that. So nothing's really changed other than the refrigerator. And now I also want to add to the list a Speed Queen washing machine because
that's what I have.
Yeah. My washing machine is like the lowest model that you can get at a Lowe's. They barely even sell them anymore. And like, I was looking at their reviews and they were like, it will work.
Yeah. Well, if you are in a position that you need to get a new wash machine.
Yeah.
I don't think you will regret that purchase if you go with Speed Queen.
Well, and the one that I have now, it's like, every other cycle, it on the spin cycle, it goes gung, 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 when it like it does. Even if I like distribute the weight right, and I'm just like, it was a renter's, something that's a landlord would have bought for a renter. So I'm also kind of a little bit like treat yourself. Like I'm gonna buy a few things that make my house feel new, because there are a lot of the stuff I want to do right away is not going to happen because of time. Like I want to put up molding and all that stuff. I can do all of that right now. However, time-wise, I can't. Right. So it's just like, let's do the stuff we can do right now so it feels really special and new. And anything that's giving you like the ick, we're just going to snip it in the bud. And then we can just really enjoy the house during the holiday. So, I mean, that's the house update. It's been overwhelming, but really good. But I like so far, like the neighborhood's been really great. It's beautiful. It's like very kid-friendly.
It seems like it is. Yeah. And I drove by a house on the way here that I wanted to stop and just stare at, because every inch was with a pink.
Yep.
Yes. With all their decor.
Yeah. It's like when people say Halloween is dying and whatever, or Halloween is dead, and like not in this neighborhood. No. Like it is very.
I needed some time to just take it in. You know?
I feel actually like I'm one of the only houses on the block that doesn't even have one decoration. I have them in my garage. I'm going to put some out right before Halloween, and then it'll be fine. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's so exciting.
It's very exciting. And I'm so excited to be able to like have my friends over and do like girls' nights in a way that feels more comfortable and just easy, you know? Yeah. And I don't have to be like, leave guys. It's 9:00 and my neighbors are going to be annoyed that we're, tromping around at the third floor. I feel like you still
might be like that, but for a different reason. Like it's 9:00, guys. Like, can you leave? Because I want to go to bed.
True. That's very true.
Your doormat does say leave by 9.
It does. But, that's just for, that's true. It's
I don't think it was because of your neighbors, was it? You were very conscious of them, though.
Yes.
You're a very respectful person. Like living in an apartment.
Even now,
conscious of your neighbors.
When I had the cameras put up, I made sure that like my cameras really weren't pointed in any way that could see into neighbors' anything.
So you better not after what happened to you.
That stupid door cam.
Well, you're not even anywhere even close to anybody else's front door. So even if it was facing out, you would be okay. Fine. But I understand why you're like hypersensitive.
But I had like cameras on the house. It was insane. And I just think that like everybody wants to have their privacy. You want to be able to go in your backyard. You want to be able to like live your life without being like, oh great, my neighbor's camera, I don't know where it's pointed. Yeah. So I just made sure like I really can't. It's very much on my property. Yeah. And I love that.
I feel like your house is really private too.
It is. Well, one fun thing I learned is so my front room is like my office. And I actually so the person that owned the house first was a single woman. The next person that bought the house was a single woman. And I'm the third single woman to buy this house. So this house has only been ever owned by single women, which I kind of love.
I like that.
But anyway, in the front, like the first lady that moved here, she did a lot of upgrades, which is great. She put in hardwood floors. She upgraded the kitchen cabinets. She did better blinds and stuff. So all my blinds are the ones that like you kind of push and it goes up.
Nice.
Like, which is great. So the one in the, there's one in the office/podcast room. And when you pull it down, it's great. It's fine. But they installed it on the outside of the window instead of the inside. So when you pull it down, there's a gap.
Okay.
Just so happens that this room, you can see my bedroom from this room. And I went outside and peeked to see what you can see. And if you look in that crack and my bedroom light is on and I'm in there, you can see straight into my bedroom.
You can?
You can. And so the other day, I didn't know this. I was going around to piles grabbing clothes. Your girl gave the neighbors a show. So anybody that was on the street would have gotten to see all my hoo-ha. So it's been fun.
I feel like they would have to have binoculars though, because you have to get right up to that.
You would have to be like by the window to see it.
That's what I mean. They'd have to get right up there. That's with their eye right there.
But I feel like there's no space in your house that you want to be naked where someone can see it from the outside. You know, I want a naked house. So it's like, I also realize like, if I have the side windows open and I'm in my hall, people could see in. So I can't just be out there like shaking my maracas, like not that I'm rocking on my house naked all the time, but every once in a while you're just like, I got to run here or run there.
Why not?
It's also my house.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm going to put curtains up. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be able to be naked. It's great.
That is something to be conscious of though. For sure.
Very much so.
So every once in a while, I'm, naked in my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
I would say rare because
I have, it's only when I'm like home alone. None of the kids are home. I will like crouch to like go down the stairs because the windows will be open. And I'm like, well, I really, by the off chance that somebody glances up, I mean, they actually could see in, but also lighting, like you have to have the light within the house.
Yes.
And it to be more dark outside to actually see something from the outside looking in. Because usually there's like a glare or like it's just harder to see. Also from a distance, things are so small. Like our parts that we want to cover up in public are actually pretty small.
I hope my nipples look small to my neighbors,
But you know what I'm saying? It's a small like object. It's not a giant. I don't. You know what I'm trying to say?
I absolutely do. 100%.
I'm trying to say it's not that. It's probably fine.
I know it was fine because there wasn't people walking around, but it was a very just good observation to know because Anyway.
Well, I love your new house.
Yeah. I'm so thankful. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to go into the holiday season in this new space and to be able to do like Christmas my way in a way that's like real, Thanksgiving in a way that feels more Thanksgiving-y.
I also appreciate that you have the podcast area set up primarily. This is a priority. So thank you for that.
I know. I was like, I have to get the podcast up now. And it's like, it's kind of weird where we'll be recording the podcast again. So putting out more videos soon. Just right now, I was like, literally to Jayme today, I was like, absolutely not. I cannot. No video. Like we barely are going to have audio today with everything that's going on. But anyway, it's going to be great. So
it is.
Here we go. Here's to a new house.
I can't wait to see. Just, how things transform. Because I know every time I come over here, it's going to look different.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see what my brain comes up with because I've been thinking about stuff for so long and we'll just see. I mean, I keep thinking I want to be like a little pseudo Instagram person and I failed miserably already because like I was going to take video of like every room and pictures of every room empty before stuff got moved in because that's the easiest time. And I did like 2 rooms and I was like, I'm kind of over it. I'm just going to move.
It just takes a lot of time.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's fine.
Remember that time I tried to make soup step by step? I was like, oh my gosh, this took me like 2.5 hours or something because I was trying to record everything in between. So anyway.
Yeah. Much love to all those that can do content, but we're not your girls for that. Okay?
Not yet.
Yeah. We got you covered on a podcast, but maybe not on an Instagram post. If you're enjoying the podcast and would like to support the show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost. Check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.